Do you ever get the feeling that the universe is trying to tell you something? A couple of days ago I saw a post on Facebook about a guy that had his Mercedes Sprinter campervan stolen from right under his nose. Apparently the criminals just made a copy of his key and drove it off. I mean, how do they do that? I don't know how they do it, but it certainly frightens me that it is possible to do it. But fortunately, he had the foresight to have a GPS tracker fitted to his van. So literally a couple of hours later, he got his van back. I mean, all's well that ends well, right? But anyway, a couple of days later, I was in Aldi's, and on the shelf are these GPS trackers. And I thought, now that's the universe trying to tell me something, because there's one thing I never want to have to say, and that is that my van has been stolen. So today, I'm going to be fitting one of these GPS trackers. Now, quick word about this tracker before I go any further. When I saw this in Aldi's, I did whip out my phone and I had a quick look on Google and had a look at the reviews. Very, very mixed reviews about this product. One bloke said they're absolute crap, and another one said they were so good he bought 2 of them. So yeah, very mixed reviews, but this was a £5 cheaper in Aldi's than it is in Halfords. But it was one of their mid-Thursday sales, super sales. And there was only 2 on the shelf, so they can't be that bad. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to have a quick look at this and fit it to my van. Obviously I'm not going to show you where I'm going to fit it, but I will be fitting it and trying it out, and I'll let you know exactly how I get on. Now the tracker itself is this little tiny cube, not very big, so easy to hide somewhere. And the packaging, it's got this rather foamy type packaging, so I might see if I can actually use this to mount it, because there's no... The only way you can mount it, I think, by the looks of it, is this tiny little hole there, which I'll take it, just put a cable tie for it and hang it somewhere, I guess, which isn't very good. So I might actually keep this bit of foam packaging to help me mount it somewhere, because I want to hide that somewhere. Now, a nice little feature about this is, and I'm guessing it's got its own built-in battery, because it's got a USB cable which you can charge in your normal USB charging socket, and that end obviously goes into the unit itself. I mean, how simple is that to wire up? Simply plug it in. It's also got an adapter for power with 2 leads on it, one for negative, one for positive. I mean, that is a really simple thing to wire up. The last time I fitted a tracker was to my old Volkswagen, and it had umpteen amount of wires, and it was real. I mean, it took me a week to fit the last tracker I fitted in my camper, but it was a little bit more sophisticated than this. I could set it up so that if somebody opened the door, I'd get a text message. If someone drove it off, I'd get a text message, and I could text the tracker back and cut the engine out. This is simply just a tracking device. It's just going to tell you where your van is. Oh, also, I had a little look in another one of the reviews I read. It's got a shock sensor in it, so if anyone does break into your van and drive it off, it will then send you a text message to let you know your van is on the move, which I guess is what you want to know, right? It's just something you want to know. Now, also in the box, it's got a little screwdriver, SIM card holders, a little waterproof bag, instruction manual, which is all in English, and a SIM card as well. So basically you've got everything you need in this little tiny box. So I'm going to read the instruction manual and see how difficult this is to set up. I'm guessing I can charge it with my USB as well, so whilst I'm reading the manual, I'm going to plug it in and charge it up. Yep, it's got a little light on there, so whilst that's charging, I'll read the manual and I'll get right back to you, and we'll set this up, see how well it works, or not, whichever the case may be. So I've had a quick look at the instructions, and it seems really straightforward. Basically, all I've got to do is insert the SIM card, go online, activate the SIM card, and that's it really. I phone the SIM card using my mobile phone, download an app onto my mobile phone, and it's all good to go. Seems pretty straightforward. Let's see if it is as simple as it seems. Well, that's the SIM card installed. These things absolutely useless. I used the actual sleeve that was around the little SIM card, so yeah, don't try and use these. Right, now the SIM card's in, I'll switch it on and activate my SIM card. So the QR code on the back of the manual has taken me straight to the instruction manual. Look at that. So what I'll do, I don't know if this will work or not, but I'll hold this up to the screen for a little while. Then if any of you want to scan that with your phones, it should take you to the instruction manual and you can have a look yourself if you're interested in buying one of these. Well, I've got to say that was really straightforward. I simply put in my email address and personal details and the SIM card was activated. I then had to text my tracker admin 123456 followed by my mobile phone number, and then straight away it texts me back to say admin okay. So I think that's pretty much it. Now, to check the actual tracker works, you're now ready to test the SIM tracking feature. To track the device to your smartphone, simply send the following command: G. Oh, right, okay, so I've got to send it another message. Such fun. G 123456 hashtag send. Well, there you go, it actually worked really well. It sent me back the exact location of where I am. I don't know if I can show you this, but it works. It sent me back a little link to Google Maps and it actually pinpoints exactly where my van is sitting. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It works just as well as the old tracker that I had in my Volkswagen. Exactly the same thing. You send it a message, it sends you back its location and a little link. You click the link and it takes you to Google Maps. It does it all automatically. There's no other setting up, there's no faffing around. You know exactly where that tracker is. So thumbs up from me. So all I've got to do now is wire these two wires somewhere and hide the tracker in my van. Well, I've downloaded the Streetwize app and it actually gives you real-time data on the position, the GPS position, without having to send it a text message. That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I've got to say, when I was reading through the manual, it seemed really complicated, like really complicated. You have to go through all these different menus and add all this to gather all this information. But if you're using a 1P mobile SIM card, they use all the passwords and APN address. They use it all as an example in this leaflet. So you simply type in everything they use here as an example, and it's really simple to set up. But if you use Vodafone or O2, then you need to go to the Vodafone website to find out their APN address and password. But if you've got one of these, it's already in this leaflet. So definitely, if you've got if you buy a Streetwize tracker and you haven't, it doesn't come with a SIM card, make sure you get one of these SIM cards because it just makes it so much simpler. And the app is really easy to use as well. When I read the instructions, I was like, there's no way I'm going to figure this out. But as you can see, I did. Absolutely brilliant. Right, and I'm glad I looked that up before I fitted this, because you do need the code that's on the back of your device. You need this, like, what's it called? Oh, it's a code. It's like a serial code. You need it, and it's on the back of the device. So if I'd fitted this and then carried on reading the instructions, I'd have to have gone in and taken it all out again. So I'm really pleased I did that. Right, I'm going to fit it now. So far, so good. Now, as luck would have it, Rebecca's run out of wood. Or maybe that's not so lucky, but anyway, we've had to come to B&Q to get Rebecca some supplies for her camper van, because we're currently working on Rebecca's van. And if you don't know who Rebecca is, I'll put a link up there to her channel, or up there. Now, whilst I'm here, I logged into my app and it actually pinpoints precisely my location. And I'll also I'll take a screenshot of my phone and I'll put that up there so you can see what I can see. It's very impressive, I must say. That's got to be the simplest installation I've ever done. Much simpler than my last tracker, believe me. Now, another nice thing I've just realised, I've just been looking through this application, this app that comes with it, and you can set a parameter. So if your vehicle goes outside a certain parameter, and it sends you an alarm. It's just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing, fantastic. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Will I put a link in the description of this video? Too right I will. You'll find a link in the description of this video to my Amazon storefront, where I will put one of these under van accessories. So if you're interested in getting one of these, click the link below. And if you like this video, please do give me the thumbs up, and don't forget, if you're new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.